In this episode, I'm going to review the Upright Go2 posture training device. I want to find out how effective it is at helping you to correct poor posture. But I don't just want to find out if it can help correct poor posture. I want to review the Upright Go2 and see how easy the device is to use as a wearable device and a health gadget, because it could be a really useful device. But is it user-friendly? Health Explorer Neil Fellows here to get healthy and fit and stay healthy and fit and do it in a way that's unique and natural to you. Please subscribe and hit the bell. Before I get into the Upright Go2 review, let's just take a look at who might want to use the Upright Go2 and why. Then we'll review the product, and I'll also share with you my findings from a 15-day trial. So the Upright Go2 is advertised as a wearable device that gives real-time reminders to fix your posture so you can look better, feel better, and do better. But what does that really mean? Major medical studies have noticed a direct correlation between bad posture and poor overall health. Harvard Medical School says there are surprising risks of poor posture. It says slouching promotes heartburn, incontinence, constipation, slow digestion, acid reflux, as well as back pain, back problems, and other aggravating conditions. Of course, we could go and see a physical therapist for some help, and maybe they might put you through a series of custom designed exercises and stretches that improve your core strength. Or if there's a problem causing you to slouch, you might go and see, say, an osteopath or a chiropractor. But what if you didn't have any aggravating conditions? But maybe you get stooped, or you slouch, or you get rolled over at your desk and it feels uncomfortable. Or what if you stoop or slouch in a way that you know is causing you to look timid or maybe to lack confidence, and you want to appear more confident and maybe more bold and maybe be recognized. And maybe what you see is that your physiology could be a determining factor in your presence, in that you bring into a room so that you could exude confidence. What if just by changing your posture and using a wearable device like the Upright Go2, you could start actually to get noticed more, not get overlooked, and just feel better, look better, and do better? That's the promise of the Upright Go2. But does it work? I don't know about you, but I'm spending more time slouched over. I'm slouched over at my computer, I'm slouched over my phone, I'm slouched over when I'm walking and when I'm running. And slouching causes me aches and pains. It causes me an ache in my neck, causes me aches in my shoulders. And later in the day, it causes me an ache in my mid-back because I've just been rolled over all day long. And being about 6 foot, I actually spend a lot of my time actually looking down at things. And I certainly don't have the best posture. What I've noticed in the last few years, as I go out for a walk or a run in the evening, I actually feel kind of a horrible ache in the middle of my back. And sometimes I have to kind of stop and I have to roll forward to kind of release that ache in my back. But imagine if there was a way to reverse the trend, to stop slouching or stooping or rolling forward. Imagine if there was a gamified way of training yourself. And that's where the Upright Go2 comes in. The manufacturers of the Upright Go2 posture training device say it will easily fix your posture by strengthening your core muscles and raising your awareness, and you'll get results in just 15 minutes a day in 15 sessions. Sounds good. We found the Upright Go2 online. It was the winner of the Health and Wellbeing Tech of the Year award in 2017. And it's recommended by physiotherapists and chiropractors. So I thought I would take the challenge and try the Upright Go2 for 15 minutes for 15 days. But things didn't quite go to plan. We bought the Upright Go2. It comes in a nice package with the Upright Go2 in a nice protective box that's small enough to put in your pocket. On the reverse of the Upright Go2, You add an adhesive pad so the device sticks to your back, and in the pack you get several pads which will actually last you for a good few weeks. Once located on your back, the device is quite discreet and it can easily be worn under a shirt or a blouse, a sweater or a hoodie. There's an app you set up on your phone which tracks how you're doing. I like the design of the upright Go2 because it's actually really smooth and it's sort of very light, and I like that it's very discreet. I also like that it's a training device because I like sport and I do like a bit of a challenge. When I hear the word training, I think that it sounds like the more I do something, the better I'll get at it. So I'll see progress. So for me, it's kind of like it's a gamified thing to do. Apparently, you can customize the upright Go2. You can get real-time feedback through the vibration. You can track yourself with no vibration, which sounds to me like trying to shock yourself by showing you how rubbish you really are at it when you are left to your own devices. One criticism of the upright Go1 was actually the battery life was really short, like it would only last a few hours, but that's not a problem with the upright Go2. In the 15 days that I trialed it, I charged it before I got started. I gave it a little boost in the middle and I still had charge left at the end of it. And I actually did much more than the 15 minutes that was actually suggested. And I'll get into that in a minute. The upright Go2 is a bit pricier than the original upright Go, but I think it's worth paying the extra for the battery life, especially if you want to use it throughout the day. I think the difference in price between the two devices is roughly about £20. The original upright Go is £70 and the upright Go2 is £90. Having said that about the extra battery life, I don't know that I will actually want to be tracked all day. I don't know if that's helpful or not. For me, what's helpful is to use a tracking device for something that's very specific, such as when I'm at work, when I would habitually maybe slouch, or when I'm out going for a walk, or maybe for a run. I think being specific like that gives me small, quick, very specific results and wins, and gives me the feedback that I could then go and build on. So the way that I used the upright Go2 in my 15-day trial was at my desk to see if I could actually stop slouching. As I mentioned, the upright Go2 sticks to your back using an adhesive strip. It then connects to an app on the phone. And for me, this is where it got a little bit tricky. The first thing you have to do once you've downloaded the app is open the app before you actually start using the upright Go2. For some reason, I kept actually doing it the other way around. I kept starting up the upright Go2 and then opening my app. Anyway, after a few days, I learned. Once the app opens, you then calibrate it with the device and you use it to sit yourself upwards in a good posture so that the device can then read when you start to slouch and can see the difference when you're sitting upright. But here's the issue for me, because I get easily peed off when devices don't do what I was expecting them to do. I thought because I'd read it that it would train me for 15 minutes at a time. And I thought that this would actually be really perfect. But when I turned on the device each day, it gave me random training times like 100 minutes or 190 minutes. And I checked the settings and my personal section within the app to see how I could change this, but I didn't really get anywhere with that. And I'll be honest, that affected my willingness to actually continue the trial. You'll see in my personal data that gaps start to appear in my training schedule because I just didn't want to do it for 3 hours a day. So at some point, and I think it was around day 10, and those 10 days had actually been spread out over a number of weeks, I had to have a word with myself. I actually had to say to myself, Neil, will you just pull your stuff together? Stop being a baby. Just because the app doesn't do what you thought it would do, it's no reason to give up, because there are stoopers and there are slouchers and there are people suffering with constipation and incontinence and backache and all that kind of stuff that want to know if the upright Go2 as a wearable tech device thingy is going to actually help them. And I need to try this out so that I can help them find some relief. Well, I don't know about incontinence and I don't know about constipation issues, but I know I habitually slouch and it causes me pain. I think if you're already suffering a back injury, the upright Go2 probably isn't the place for you to go and start. The starting place for an injury would be a physiotherapist, an osteopath, or a chiropractor. But if you're just stooping or slouching and you want to correct that, then the upright Go2 could actually be a really useful ally for you. What the upright Go2 does is it gives you a little buzz. It's like a little tap tap on your shoulder when you begin to slouch or stoop. It's quite gentle. It's just a little buzz. It's not electrical or anything like that. And you can set it up to actually give you a little reminder that you're slouching after, say, 15 seconds. What it then does in the app is it adds up your slouching time, and at the end of the session, it gives you a percentage of how long you've actually been stooping or slouching for during that session. Personally, I would actually like to have seen my data tracked over time so that I could see a graph and see whether I'd improved or got worse over the time. But if you want to look at any kind of stats, you actually have to go into individual days on the app. But the $1,000,000 question is, does the upright Go2 training device really work? Well, as I've said, personally, I would have liked to have tried shorter sessions because I found that trying the upright Go2, trying to sit upright for 190 minutes started to give me a new kind of ache in my back because muscles were now working in ways that muscles hadn't been working for years. And in the end, I just actually started to take the responsibility of saying when I'd had enough. I guess another option would have been to have set an alarm, say, for every 15 or 30 minutes so that I could turn it off after I'd done the training time that I chose to do. I was actually really surprised to see that I was upright a high percentage of the time when the device was reminding me that I was slouching. I was upright and not slouched generally for about 90+% of the time. I was really pleased with that. My posture certainly improved while I was using the device because it gave me a little tap tap every time I slumped or slouched or rolled forward, and then I was able to immediately correct myself. My wife Jo also tried the device, and I saw a noticeable difference in her posture and the way that she moved. And that gave me an interesting insight in that I didn't see maybe what other people would actually have seen when I was actually wearing the device. And maybe if you're one of those people who's looking to improve your posture so you feel more confident and maybe have more presence so that you get taken a little bit more seriously, say at work or within your family, then the upright Go2 might well be really helpful to you. One little thing that I tried during the last couple of days was to turn off the tap notification on the upright Go2 when I slouched, just to see how much I slouched when I wasn't being reminded. And I have to say, sadly, my scores dropped by 10% down to 80%. And maybe it's that difference between 80 and 90% that causes me to actually have an ache in my shoulders and my back. Overall, I like the upright Go2. It seems like a really good idea for training your posture, especially if you're someone who wants to improve your posture so that you could feel more confident or have more presence. The little tap tap on your shoulder is an unintrusive reminder to actually sit upright. I didn't enjoy the app, if I'm honest. I found that quite frustrating. That said, I'm a bit like that really with other apps and with tech that doesn't do what I'm expecting it to do immediately. If you want to see more videos like this, including more health and wellness product reviews, as well as interviews with health experts, please subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of all of our latest uploads. Below you'll find an Amazon link. If you decide to buy the product in this video, we appreciate you using that link because we may earn a small commission which helps the channel keep producing more videos like this. That said, Total Wellness Club don't let any commercial interests interfere with our desire to give honest product reviews based on our experience of a product or service. See you in the next video.